Oh, hello there, folks. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you again. And as usual, a warm welcome back to What's for Tea. Well, this is the winner of the wee poll. So you've chosen to see the jam and coconut sponge cake. So that got the most votes. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. I forgot to say, if you're new, welcome to you also. Like I said, I'm just going to be showing you a very easy version of this old school classic jam and coconut sponge. You know, this takes me right back to primary school. It was just one of those puddings that we used to get served. You know, it really does remind me, it takes me right back to sitting in the dining hall with my friends having a bit of a carry on. So yeah, that, you know, it is just what it is. It's a basic sponge cake, really, with a layer of jam and a layer of desiccated coconut on the top. Traditionally, it would be a tray bake. You know, once it's baked and covered, you would just cut it into squares and you would have that with custard. Now, at school, I don't know about your school, but my school, we had something called pink custard. And it's just a normal custard, but they did add a few drops of food colouring to make it go pink. So that's it. No great mystery. It's just a pink custard. So sometimes I make my own custard. I'm not going to have time to do that today, so I've just got some shop bought custard and I'm just going to pop in a couple of splashes of red food colouring to get that wonderful pink colour that we all know and love. So yep, so let's go and see what I've got for you today. And as usual, all of these ingredients, along with their weights in grams, ounces and cups, will be in the description box down below. So the first thing I've got for you is 225 grams of room temperature unsalted butter. I've also got some ready-made custard. Now that's going to depend on how many you're making it for. There's only 2 of us in the house that are having custard tonight, so I've just got a wee pot of ready-made custard. I've also got 225 grams of strawberry jam. Now you could use strawberry or raspberry, whatever you prefer. I've got 225 grams of self-raising flour. I've got 4 medium eggs, 225 grams of caster sugar, and I've also got 80 grams of desiccated coconut, and that's it. So let's go and see what's next. So this is the jam I'm using if you're interested. I just chose this one because it's got a very high fruit content, so it's going to be quite sharp and zingy. And this is the custard that I'm using. Like I said, there are only 2 of us that are having it, so this wee pot will be big enough. And to that, I'm just going to add a couple of drops of this colouring. Now you can use this type or, you know, gel like this one. You can use whatever you like. You're also going to need a dish. This is the one that I'm using. This is 30 by 18 centimetres, but you could use a tin if you prefer. Just make sure it's well greased and you've lined that as well. So I'm going to be using my stand mix today, but you can do it by hand if you prefer. If you're using your stand mix, I would suggest using the paddle attachment because you want to beat this rather than whisk it. So I'm just going to pop in my butter followed by my sugar. Now you want to beat these together for about 5 minutes, or I think the technical term is creaming together. Beat them together, cream them together, as long as in the end, you know, you've got a nice pale, fluffy consistency. Just like this, and it'll take you about 5 minutes. And that's quite important because it's going to give you a lovely light cake and you're not going to have all these wee sort of gritty grains of sugar in there. And now I'm just going to beat my eggs and slowly, gradually add them in to my mixture. I would just do this in 3 or 4 stages. Again, I'll just take you a couple of minutes. This doesn't take long. And then you can pop in your flour. Now, I didn't bother sieving my flour, but you can if you like. Just give it a wee mix to combine. And I just like to give my bowl a wee scrape down before I add in my desiccated coconut. I just like to do this at the end. So I pop in my desiccated coconut followed by a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda or baking powder. And just give it another minute or so just to combine. You just want to beat this gently. And I was happy with this. I'm just going to give it another final wee scrape just to make sure I've got everything off the bottom and off the sides. And you want to grab whatever dish you're using and just simply plop that into the middle and just give it a wee smooth down with a knife or a spoon or a palette knife or whatever you've got. It's not really that important because when it's in the oven it'll collapse down and find its own level anyway. So you want to pop this into the middle of your oven. You don't want it too, don't pop it too near to the top of your oven. Stick it in the middle on gas mark 4, 180C or 160 if you've got a fan, for around 25 to 35 minutes. You can get your jam and your coconut ready as well. This was me 35 minutes later. Now you'll know if your cake is ready because when you touch it, it'll spring back. And also if you insert a skewer, pull it out, it'll be nice and clean and dry. It won't be sticky. If it's sticky, pop it back in for another 5 minutes. Now you want to let this cool slightly before you put your jam on. I'd give it about 5 minutes, but you still want it to be warm to the touch. Pop a layer of your jam on, put as much on as you like. I'm just going to leave mine in the dish just now. I'm just going to pop on my coconut. Again, you can put on as much as you like. And I was happy with this. Now I'm just going to leave this in the dish just until after tea, till it's ready to be cut up so that it's nice and fresh. So this is now about 3 hours later and I've just lifted it out of the glass dish. I'm still keeping it in the paper and I'm going to cut it on the paper. Saves with any mess. So I mean you can cut this into any shape, any size squares you like. Now these were big enough for us. And some of this is going to get sent round to Mr. What's for Tea's mother. She loves this kind of thing. Any sort of home baking she loves. She used to do a lot of her own baking, but she's in her 80s now. And she doesn't, she can't obviously do as much as she used to. So if I'm doing anything like this, I like to, send some round. So that was it. Lovely. It's lovely and light and spongy and moist and so rich with all the eggs in there. And now I'm just going to move on and do the pink custard. Now, if you were at primary school in this country, you will have had this pink custard. I'm just going to add some milk to some ready-made custard to water it right down. I'm going to put a couple of splashes of red food colouring. You want a sort of a baby pink or maybe a slightly darker than that colour. And you just heat it up in the microwave and that's it. It's simple. And you do want it quite runny because if you remember at school, you used to get it served in these big sort of metal jugs. And it was quite runny. So yeah, this is my old school jam and coconut cake with the runny pink custard. So that was it, guys. Very, very simple. But like I said, a complete blast from the past. And whenever I have these kind of desserts, it really does take me right back to being in primary school, but lots of fond memories that go along with that. So yeah, so that was it, like I said, guys. Very simple. And if you're going to give it a go yourself, why not let me know? Drop me a wee comment in the comments. And a lot of you are now following me on Instagram, and you will send me pictures of things that you've made or recipes that I've done that you've followed, and you'll at me or you'll send me the pictures. So I'm always super chuffed to see them as well. So if you haven't followed me over on Instagram yet, you'll find my Instagram down in the description box down below, just in case you want to give me a wee follow there, and I'll have a look at your stuff as well. So thank you very much, like I said, guys, for popping over and checking out this wee recipe, and I'll be back shortly with another wee poll. I think next time it'll be something savoury, so I'll get your input in that also. So until I see you next, mind to take care of yourselves, and from our house in Scotland to wherever you are in the world, lots of love, and bye for now. Bye now.